owners of these facilities that we have, they have reserved ERs, they have ones that move around. I mean, we don't like that, and we don't know what the intent is here, but we're not being given any information. They're just popping in and building up. And we don't want our customers, the town, to be paying for other people to just, want everybody to be able to make coin. Yeah.
And they cannot use over their allocation of ERs, because the ERs were assigned, at the time the system was built, and that was it, and they go with property. And somehow, because they have these vacant ERs and these ERs that are not occupied, that are reserved, certain of the people that have all of these businesses have just started moving them around, and that is prohibited by our ordinance, but in practice it's been done for so long. And that's one thing in what we're doing right now to identify all the ERs, make sure that they're billed consistently and properly is our intent, and we need to work with our attorney, is to give them a notice that we're going to give you a one-time exemption, and you have to classify and assign all of your ERs to property. So it's all right if you have some reserved ERs, but you have to tell us it's for this entity, it's for Creekside RV, and you don't move it around to 4 other different businesses.
And physically shut them off.
Well,
I don't understand how many of that.
It's not sewers, you can't do that for the public health.
Well,
You can, but it's,
yeah,
you have to jump so many hoops to do it, it's not worth it.
you don't want it.
You have to notify every ABC agency in the world.
so it just goes on.
Well, no, actually,
Without getting assertive, but
no, what our ordinance allows us to do is to shut their water off.
I guess
But
that's
in this particular case, they have a private well, so
that's no leverage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what the city of Sandpoint does, if somebody's behind on their sewer, they shut the water
We
off.
shut their water off. Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
Okay, we're at public comments, and I'm going to give the floor first to Faye.
Then wake her up. Wake her up.
Yeah, we've got people on here.
Just on what you said just there, is he in compliance with where the creek is and where his water well is? Is that in compliance?
We have no idea, because we just, in the last, I don't know, what, it's been 2 months or 6 weeks that we even knew there was a well over there. We didn't know.
Well, that would be a good thing to have in your back pocket, because he may not even be in compliance.
Where's the septic tank?
Yeah.
Yeah, that raises a bunch of other issues. You have to have setbacks from the water.
Yeah.
They like putting spotlights on it.
Okay, well, anyway, that's another way. All right, what you're trying to
And then with the gal that was here, when she called, did somebody say, they told her to call so-and-so? Did they say, we don't pay for that? Did they remind her that it was going to be on her bill at that point?
Well, I don't know, but I know we have a process whenever we get calls like that. We tell them that, it's up to them. They are responsible,
Yeah.
and that they need to call their contractor.
Yeah, because I
that's a
would
standard.
like to know from her if somebody reminded her. Anyway, and now to Silver.
Okay.
On the page here, 9,
What are you looking at, Faye?
my page 9 up there in the
So
corner.
are you looking at the sanitary survey or the very?
The sanitary drinking water survey report, Panhandle.
Okay,
Mainly, yeah.
okay.
Page 3 of 4, it says here in 1978, Bayview water system installed. It didn't say, it said we did 2 2 valves. Now that's a statement that they did, okay? It's unknown if the valves are being exited. Well, somebody must have record of that happening. There was no mention here of a charge or Silver Water being charged for that. And then if you move over to compliance, there's no mention of any of that as far as being in compliance or recommendation for it. Nothing here. So what I'm wondering about, we're 17 homes on that, and you're talking about maybe quite a bit of money for 17 homes for an emergency that's not likely to happen. We've never had one happen yet. I'm asking for mercy.
Yeah, I understand, and
because there's some question here.
Yeah, and definitely, at this point, we don't even know if there is an intertide, and that's kind of where I left it. We need to try and find out what we have here, but in fairness, I mean, to anybody, we can't expect the other people,
Well, this goes back,
to pay.
it's like grandfather.
No. No, I'm sorry. Good try. Yeah, good try. And this is what you're quoting from is from Panhandle Health District.
Yeah.
It's not IDEQ, and it says the water system reportedly has an interconnection on page 3.
Yeah.
That's what mine says, reportedly. And that would be correct. They don't know. They didn't know what was there. We don't know. And all I can say, and I'm not trying to be difficult, I'm just saying, this happened 42 years ago. Nobody really knows. But we have to look at it as we would to anybody else coming in and wanting to use our service. Is we can't expect the other customers, to pay the costs, their costs.
Now, if you take the date on this information and look in your files here, surely you have information.
I'll say how long it took us to,
Well, I've been going through files for them, they're my.
For fear of stepping on Colleen, I mean, I'll have
Go
to,
ahead.
I would have to say, if we do have an interconnection, I mean, Bayview Water Sewer would have some responsibility for that connection, whether it's been,
Activated or not.
I would feel better if there wasn't, because then we would have to admit that there was a connection that we didn't know about that we haven't been servicing.
Well, I could
you
agree with you. It'd be
got
nice
valves
if
there.
it wasn't. But it still does not change the fact that we would have to have the engineer.
Oh, yeah.
We can't just, if it was done 40-some years ago, we can't proceed with it not being engineered. We can't proceed. So what do
Without
we do if
IDEQ approval, we have to.
Yeah. So all of that has to happen.
Not just engineered, but engineered plan and specifications have to be submitted for DEQ for approval prior to being able to do anything.
Right.
Yeah. See, we don't have that decision. We can't just say, oh, there's an intertide, we're going to do it. We have to have the engineer look at it. What's the impact going to be to the system? Then it has to be submitted to DEQ with the engineer's stuff. And we can't do it without that. Yeah.
I would be afraid
to have the people in our system, 17 homes, bail and come on your system. Can they do that? I mean, they will. If this gets spendy, some of them will bail.
No, they can make a request.
but then they have to pay to be hooked up.
Well, sure, it will be just like anybody else.
Yeah,
would be
no,
treated just
absolutely.
like any other customer.
But
Where are you? Since I don't know what to talk about. This is geographically.
we're right over here, between Fifth and Sixth. 17 homes right in a little area.
Kind of behind the
You know
mark.
where Corbin is?
Uh-huh.
Well, that's Fifth,
Uh-huh.
and we live on Fifth. And then there are 17 homes that go up the hill basically and around a couple of blocks.
By the way, there's 3 other active water departments.
Yeah, that have the same.
They're within our system.
Huh, I didn't realize that.
Private system.
Private system.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were kind of, at the time, they didn't want to go on the system, and at the time, this is for water now. For sewer, they had to, there was
Yeah.
Everybody's-
but water, they were allowed to keep their system.
Okay.
And there's other issues. If we decided to take them over, they approached us and wanted to become part of the district's water. We're accepting their distribution system, which is old and no one knows what kind of condition it's in, so
Yeah.
it's a big consideration for the district.
Well, I
Unless we
think
just
her-
put pressure to their houses and cut
I
off
think
the lines.
Her question was that they just become customers of ours.
Yeah, that's what I meant. If they hook in, if they hook their houses into our distribution line, that's fine, but if we're taking over their distribution system, which
No,
is
yeah.
common,
Yeah.
and they, boy, it can
Yeah,
raise
I
some
know.
real issues.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, it couldn't be handled like that. It would have to be each customer coming
Oh,
as
yeah,
a
no,
customer.
absolutely,
Yeah,
I
and-
understand that,
Yeah.
because I've already heard, comment, well, if it's gonna be that, I'm just gonna go ahead and go on
Mhm.
district,
Yeah.
which hurts our system too,
Yeah, I
you know,
understand.
so
Yeah,
we can only, right now, it's a stress for 17 and people bail. It gets to a point where, you know, we're all gonna be at your door.
can you hear me?
yeah, it's just that, like I say, we can't just go ahead and make the decision. Like Bob said, you know, we have to
Can you hear me?
go through the legal requirements.
If
and
these
do
valves
what we
haven't been
need to.
exercised, I mean,
Yeah.
just that
They're probably
alone,
not good at this.
yeah.
Yeah, I doubt it, if.
DEQ wasn't involved in this in the beginning, because they weren't
Probably
even
not
there.
even around.
No,
were
they,
they?
no, in the 70s, or in the 80s, in the 80s, they were part of the health district. They were a division of the health district, and sometime in the 90s, they became a department by themselves.
Yeah.
So the health district should have, any information we get is gonna come from the health district on this.
Yeah, and Clint did try and get.
Can you hear me?
Getting what they had, he made a public records request.
Yeah. And I know some people over there, if we need to dig a little deeper. we
Unmute.
might possibly have, so.
Okay, great.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I
Hey, can you hear me?
Complicated, so,
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
hey,
Oh,
go ahead. Are you done? Are you done?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
well,
Cheryl.
I'm only butting in is because, Faye, I don't want baby water and sewer to spend money on Silver water system, just like I wouldn't expect them to spend money on Schaefer. That's just my feeling. You're opening, it's a can of worms, because if they do it for Silver, they can do it for Schaefer and the other one.
Yeah, we can't do that.
No, so I happen to agree with Colleen. Okay, but I do want to say Faye made a great point. Thank you, Faye, about the Creekside well and looking into that. And I would like you to add that to the action item list, that Cooch go and look at that well. And I think Ted might have said septic tank too, and get an answer on that. And I also like to say, if you don't hear back from that commercial property, the letter should go out, just like it would to anyone else, that the water will be turned off. So that would be if in your 10-day period and all that.
Cheryl,
Yeah.
we don't have the water. He has a private well.
Oh. Well, okay, then Colleen,
Sorry.
you are gonna have to go. You are gonna have to go to court. How's that? It is going to have to go to court. You can't let it go.
See, when you know, the first one that we deal with, Cheryl, is not gonna be the normal, but that's just the way it is.
Would you be? You're not surprised if you have to go to court.
No.
No, but I think that's the move you're going to have to make. But to me, it's a no-brainer. You're a public utility. You're following your ordinance. I don't know any attorney that will tell him that he has a case. But that I don't think you have any other thing you can do, like you said, if you can't turn off water, but to take it to court. And that's where I'm saying that's the due diligence that you should do. I'm just giving you my opinion on that.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Also, I do have a question, and it's for Pat, or for the board. Is she taking Ally's position or Calvin's? I would like to know which position she's taking.
I don't know if she's decided that.
We didn't talk about that, I don't think.
Yeah, I know originally there are 2 open positions, and one of them, without Jesse being here, I don't know.
Cal was on for 2 years, and it's a 6-year.
So there should be 4 left in Cal's, and the other one was
Ally, I don't know what position.
The answer is we haven't determined that yet, Cheryl.
Okay, maybe at a next meeting you could announce that. So just to clarify whose position she's taking, because I'd like to know that.
She's just got initiated.
Yeah, but Ted,
Okay.
Ted, usually
One of them expires in May of 2025, and the other open seat is 2027. So you can think about it.
Okay.
There's 2.
Okay.
okay.
Next meeting, we will have that all down.
Okay, good. And the question on the low income, I do actually have a tenant who might qualify for this one-time low-income help. But is it okay if the account's in my name, not in her name? Is that a problem for her?
We, just absolutely seeing the agreement for the first time, I would not feel, I don't know at this point. And they would probably have to contact the agency and ask them.
Okay, I will tell them. And the name of that agency, anybody remember?
Yes.
Other than called low income housing, or?
Is hold on, Cheryl, the Low Income Home Water Assistance Program.
Okay.
And I will
It's gotta be under another agency though, right?
Yeah, it is.
Acronyms.
When did I really check that? It was after. It's Idaho Department of Health and Welfare.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I will.
Division of Welfare.
I will pass this on, and maybe it's something they could, through me, I sign a letter or something. Who knows? We'll let them deal with that.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And another question is, the woman who came in on the septic reimbursement that you denied, was that Deb Hotard?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, because I had a feeling that was her, but I wasn't sure. So, okay, that's good to know. And Aquadrome cleaning, are they cleaning the tanks on the Cape? Was that what Aquadrome was going to do?
Yes, they've never been done.
Oh, Droramore tank too, or just Cape Horn tank?
No. The 2 out on the Cape and the one. What is that other little one?
That was the old Dale.
Find it.
Summers, not Summers. Dale.
It is Terrace Drive.
Terrace. Yeah.
Yeah, so the two big tanks and the terrace drag.
And what was the price for Aquadrome? Because I can't, you have a screen up with, you guys look at, I don't get to see it, so I don't see figures or anything. How much?
It's just their,
It's a reservoir.
Oh, so how much is it to clean that about?
well, for all three of them, it's 6,000.
Oh, okay,
We
so,
approved 6,000 and we put it in the budget.
Okay.
knowing we had to do that.
okay, 6,000 to clean that tank. Okay, and I was curious.
We clean all three of them.
Okay, got it. I'm writing down 3 tanks, 6,000. And the cost of Sean's Coeur d'Alene Books proposal, did you have a number on that? Because I couldn't see that either, if it's up on the screen.
Am I clicking something wrong? I still gotta learn how to use
Yeah,
this
it
system.
Oh, no, it's not you, Clint. And Clint, thank you so much for doing the Zoom today. That was on my notes. Thank Clint.
I think it was 30 to 40 hours at $95 an hour.
95 an hour, estimated 2850 to 3800.
So it's a range, so we
No
have,
invoice by the hour.
2,850, Sean? Is that what you said?
Yes, to 3800.
To 38. Okay, not bad. That's good. And guess what? I don't think I have any other questions. Happy Thanksgiving. But Clint, thank you for doing Zoom. You did great.
Well, thank you.
Thanks, Sheriff.
Practice makes perfect.
happy Thanksgiving to you.
Are you in Florida?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I'm
You
in,
enjoy it.
thank you. Thank you.
Ally, do you have comments?
No, I think you guys are doing a great job, and welcome to the new board member.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ellie.
And happy Thanksgiving.
Same
Happy
to you.
Thanksgiving. Is that all the comments?
I would like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second that.
Hey, yeah, it's 9:00 here.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hi, we are adjourned.
Thank you.
Have a happy Thanksgiving.